Everybody, welcome back to another Chat with Clark. Shout out to Instagram Live. I'm Joe Clark, and I'm here talking today. I'm like, do we even like social media? Like, do we like social media, right? So I'm an aspiring public speaker, and I'm thinking, no one actually likes social media. That's my content. I don't think anyone likes social media because you go on Twitter and it's annoying. People are either trying to be funny and they're not funny, or people are tweeting something stupid. Like, yesterday I tweeted, I woke up in my boots this morning. Shout out to your household, Riley, Christina, Nicole. Love you all. Appreciate you tuning in. And I'm quoting Hardy, who's a country singer, and I'm like, I woke up in my boots this morning. Who cares? Who actually cares? I really don't think anybody cares. And what's up, Nelson? There's no one that actually wants to hear about my country lyrics, right? And I scroll down Twitter and it's all negative stuff, right? People are worried about the coronavirus. Very logical stuff. Very logical concern. What's up, Nelson? And very logical concern with the coronavirus. But I don't think that anyone actually wants to hear about the complaints of the world, really. I think that we all have our own little world that we're trying to, and we're all trying to work on, and that's where we need to stay, like somewhere in our little niche. But that's the stray of social media, right? It's a negative block. It's an entire negative world that we have all dived into and we think is so important. Like, what's up, Cameron? Do any of us actually really want social media? I don't think so. To my Instagram Live folks, does anyone actually want social media, or do we feel this obligation to have it because there's no way that social media is providing more for us than we are for it? And I think truly that social media, yes, dude, what's up, Anthony? Like, Twitter is the most toxic thing. I have never gone on Twitter and been like, you know what, my life is so much better now that I got off of Twitter. And it's the most ironic thing to me because there's nothing on Twitter. Yeah, TikTok's great. What's up, Brian? TikTok is great, and there's nothing on Twitter that has me thinking, man, this is amazing. But that's the whole goal, right? So I'm trying to be a public speaker. I'm going for it. We're shooting for the moon here, and FOMO, big shoe, bro. What's up? It's been a long time, but you're right, dude. Fear of missing out. So people are saying on the Instagram Live right now that the fear of missing out is what keeps us on social media, and that's so true. FOMO, the fear of missing out. If we cared less about everyone else, I've talked about this before and it's just all my opinions, but if we cared less about why or about what other people were doing, we'd be so much happier. And I don't think we'd be on social media as much too. It's the biggest time waster. We spend time on social media, but we don't get anything out of it. We spend time relaxing on social media, or we spend time seeing what other people are doing, and all it is us worrying. Like, that is what the fear of missing out is. It's strictly a worry of what other people are doing. Or we have to put on this big facade that we somehow are doing all these amazing things. This like, oh, I gotta post this on Instagram, make sure like I'm looking good, like we're all editing it, like I gotta adjust the brightness. What is that doing? Like, it's all just a fear. It is all a fear on social media. It's all a facade, and I don't think there's anything that's true about it. Like, so I look at my least favorite what is my least favorite social media platform? For me, it's Twitter. They brand themselves as a news outlet, which like is great. When Kobe Bryant, God rest his soul, when Kobe Bryant died, the first report that came out was on Twitter from TMZ. The first report that came out was on Twitter. So they're right in their branding that they're a news outlet, but I don't think that any of us use it that way. Like, we just send our own opinions on things and we just try and put this cool twist on it, right? Like, I just hopped on, like I said, so yesterday I hopped on Twitter and what's up, Ross? I tweeted that I was like, I woke up in my boots, and I can't think of something less relevant to anybody else in my life. I couldn't think of anything less relevant to say. So for me, it's Twitter. I think it's just people either going on rants. I guess that's kind of what I'm doing right now, but going on rants or saying something that they think is funny, which of course is either funny to people who see it or not. And that's just kind of irrelevant. It's irrelevant information. So for me, it's Twitter. I like Instagram better because I think it's so much less weight to it. I think it's less negative. I think pictures are enticing. I think pictures are cool. People always try to be perfect. Yeah, spot on, spot on. And when we try and be perfect, we never live in ourselves. We're never authentic. But when we're truly authentic, that's when we actually have relationships that are worthwhile. So that is the biggest, I think the biggest kick for us is that we're never on, to everybody joining, what's up? So when we're actually authentic, that's when the real productivity happens in our lives. So to my YouTube video, to my YouTube subscribers, the biggest thing that I think about with social media is that we have this obligation. We're trapped in this world where we think that we have to be a part of social media for some reason. We have to contribute to this social media platform. There's this major thought that if you're on social media and you're not contributing, you're just a leech. And there's this major thought that if you're not on social media, then you're missing out. And that's not true. That's not true. Everything that's on social media had to actually happen first. Or it's just an idea, right? It's just an idea. So aside from this live, there's nothing that's happening in real time on social media that wasn't once perfected or didn't happen first. So why not go experience those things as opposed to looking on social media, right? So touching on that fear of missing out, you're not missing out on anything if you're on social media. Well, you are entirely, and it's what you're missing out on. Whatever else you could be doing in the moment is so much more beneficial for you as a human being than whatever you're thinking you're seeing on social media, because it all happened at one point. It all happened at one point. And so for me, as an aspiring public speaker, I look at social media as an opportunity to hopefully bring thoughts about for people, to maybe bring a smile, bring a piece of happiness into people's days. And that's what I think we should all strive to do more with social media. It's people that are funny on social media have their niche. Like I think of people that love Barstool, and Barstool has its purpose as just a purely comical entity that people can go to for just a quick laugh. I'm a big Sebastian Maniscalco fan. I think the guy's hilarious. And so for me, I think Maniscalco's great, and it's just a pure outlet of, in my case, in his case, happiness, right? And so that's where I think we should spend more of our time investing in social media that way, and doing social media as a way to benefit ourselves. Whether or not you're a Gary V fan is irrelevant, but Gary V says that LinkedIn's the next big thing. He says LinkedIn is, right now, it's kind of plateaued as just this thing where we all connect and we think that somehow we're going to get a job through LinkedIn, which may or may not be true. But his argument is that, I just got a new LinkedIn connection as that happened on my watch. Gary V's argument is that LinkedIn's going to be bigger because people actually are talking about content that somewhat matters, right? So when we look at LinkedIn, what's happening on LinkedIn is that people are talking about business. People are talking about their lives. People are talking about things that are actually authentic and real. And while we try and put on this business front, with the actual events that are happening are things that are happening to most people. It's, hey, I need a job. It's, hey, I'm banking on this platform to use it as a connection, and to use it as something more than just, oh, I woke up in my boots this morning, my tweet from yesterday. Or, oh, here's a picture of me, slugging a tall boy at a concert. Or, oh, here's a video of me and my friends out and about just at a concert. All these things are good and well, but I really don't think they further anything. I think they just create this further culture of, hey, I'm worried about how I look on social media. Or, hey, I'm worried about what I am missing out on with other people. So let's all make a pledge. Let's all work and make sure that our social media is something that can be really bettering for other people, and really something that is a source of light, a source of happiness for people in our lives. That's the ultimate goal. If we're out there putting energy that's just not furthering anything, that's not benefiting other people around us, including ourselves, because when we get in this rut of negativity, it's not helping anybody. And really, at the end of the day, who are we serving with our social media? Are we just serving ourselves? Are we serving our egos? Or can we serve other people too? And I think that's what's worth considering. Social media is a trap, and we're all in it. So we either have to play the game with our own cards and win the game that way, or we play the game and just keep losing every time and become a part of this mundane culture of the fear of missing out, of the anxiety that comes along with social media, of this time waster. It's a major time waster. So to social media, we salute you for your ability to connect, but we really hold some disdain for the negative influences that you can have too. And all of us see it, all of us recognize the positive aspects of social media. So let's just harness those and let's work for those.